All right, Capricorn, welcome to your February of 2015 horoscope. My name is Athan. All right, so the emphasis this month is on your second house, which is of your sense of value and your values in life in general, what you enjoy. Also on a mundane level, it does have to do with finances, resources, your physical values, but it's anything you're connected to. And overall, it's your sense of self-worth. You know, it comes from having that unconditional abundance in your life, which is essentially the same as saying, you know, you deserve abundance. You were born with your birthright to enjoy your life for everything that you value and enjoy. And if you look to your true self deep down inside, you'll see those things that you truly value. Because the thing is, you know, a lot of times with the external environment is we can sometimes get caught up into being led or confused to thinking that some things we're supposed to value, or we've adopted some values that aren't really true to us. And with Neptune transiting your second house, it's been about you really finding out what your true spiritual values are, what gives you that sense of spiritual connection. And of course, this can have to do with resources and abundance on a physical level as well, but to everyone it's very unique and very different. So whatever that is, it's cultivating this part of your life this month in particular. Now, last month in January, there was a lot of emphasis on you. You guys had your birthdays. Some of you still going to have your birthdays this month if you're looking at this for your sun sign. But in either case, a lot of emphasis on your first house. Okay, and so this had to do with your own personal goals, your own personal ambitions, what's important to you. And this is still going to be a sort of reflection period for you, because we still have Mercury retrograde in your first house. And the sun's going to be there up until mid-month. So finishing up some things regarding those goals, ambitions, things that are important to you. But the emphasis definitely shifting into your sense of self-value and sense of self-worth. And it all starts on the 1st when we have Venus going over Neptune in that second house. So this is really connecting to your values, perhaps seeing the abundance in your life and enjoying them. This is the time, especially on the 1st, is enjoy these things, enjoy what you do have. And then there is that spiritual connection, that spiritual clarity. It's that deep emotional connection, you know, with Neptune. Now on the 3rd, we have a full moon taking place, and this is activating a little bit of a different part of your chart. It's activating your 7th house. And this is about relationships. So you've had Jupiter transiting your 7th house now for almost a year, and this has to do with your guys' abundance in this sector. He's retrograde at the moment. He's going to be retrograde through this month. But with the full moon here, it's anything you've been involved with over the past 6 months in particular, involving relationships. Now it can be definitely a culminating time of that, an illuminating time too, especially, you know, even things over the past 30 days. So whatever that is, see the abundance in your relationships, because it's certainly there and has been there, and continue to reflect on that part of your chart too with Jupiter retrograde. Now on the 6th, we do have an opposition between that 7th and that 1st house, so I think this is reminiscent of January, which is needing to balance both your own personal goals, ambitions with your relationships, self with other, the common balance here, 1st and 7th house. So bringing these two together, really seeing that what you value is what other people value, and those in your life, how you can share the same values and same abundance and just same experiences together. Merging the 1st and the 7th house is really what you want to focus on, just like in January. But it's very positive. It's an opposition with Jupiter, which is really just seeing, you know, a tremendous amount of optimism in that part of your chart. So just make sure it's nice and grounded. You just don't want to go to one extreme or the other. Not too much focus on self and not too much focus on relationships. But I think it'll be nice and natural. I think that natural optimism will certainly be there. Now on the 8th, we do have Venus going over Chiron in that second house. So now there's this spiritual element to the second house, but there's also this healing element too with Chiron transiting this part of your chart. You guys are healing your sense of self-worth. You're also healing your ability to, you know, bring more of those values into your life, those birthright values that you have. And so with Chiron there, it's, and Venus going over, it's very healing. And this is a month where you could really feel that healing energy. You can feel like there's definitely a shift, especially around the 8th, that just by going through this process of enjoying your values, like I've been saying, just see the abundance in your life, then there's going to be definitely, you know, by doing that, I think there'll definitely be this healing love energy coming from that with Venus going over Chiron. So a sense of self-love is where this comes from, you know, like I was saying, with that inner birthright. So very nice there, and I think just overall enjoying your values this month will be both spiritual and healing for you. Now on the 11th, like I said, we got Mercury going station direct, and this is in your first house. So any lessons learned about your goals, ambitions, things you've been reflecting on in terms of, what you want and your desires. First house is very much about, this is what I want, these are my desires, and this is what I'm going after. But also reflecting in terms of how you're coming across too, is the first house is our self-image. So any reflections there, definitely reflect on that up until the 11th. But when you go station direct, it's taking all those things we learned from that in the first part of this month and last month in January and start to put it into practice. This new you in many ways, you're learning something new about yourself right now, and implement it on the 11th onward. And the more you learn up until that point, the better as well. Now on the 12th, we've got Mars going into Pisces and the Sun going into Aquarius. So on the 12th, there's definitely some shifting taking place. One element to this is that this is definitely the shift from the first house into the second house, which is, last month, like I was saying, first house, it was almost like you're coming into this newfound sense of self-confidence and courage, and so take that confidence and courage and start to implement it into that second house, whatever it is. It's growing those values and that abundance in your life. So definitely a shift there from the 12th onwards. See that vital life force energy, that enjoyment that you can definitely have by cultivating the things that are truly meaningful to you. Now on the 12th, we've got Mars going into your third house, and this is where things start to shift into the communication sector for you leading into March. It's where the emphasis is going to be in March. So we're getting kind of the sneak peek here with Mars leading the way, and then Venus is going to be leading shortly after on the 15th. So on the 12th through the 15th, you're going to notice definitely this shift, and on the 12th, it's a shift of motivation. I think you're going to be driven to express yourself, perhaps to learn some new things, to teach perhaps. And that motivational energy you definitely want to tap into. It can set some nice foundations for you leading into March. Now in terms of Venus, she transits into your third on the 15th, and this is overall just enjoying it. Enjoying your communications, enjoying your exchanges, enjoying the learning and teaching and all these third house things. Also short distance travel is third house related as well, but enjoying that, and that again will also lay a good foundation for you. Now on the 18th, we've got the new moon energy, and it's in your second house. So for a lot of you, you're coming up to a new beginning now in terms of your overall sense of self-worth, your values, and these sorts of things. So I'm having a feeling that there's definitely going to be some new values for a lot of you. So reflect on the 18th, really in terms of, this abundance and enjoyment and stuff, but some new insight, I think, around the 18th, or perhaps something physically new in your life. It could be that new thing in your life, and perhaps new abundance in some way. So whatever it is, reflect around the 18th, really tap into that, and start to nurture it, because this new thing in your life is for you to enjoy. And so from the 18th onward, enjoy it, yeah, but also cultivate it, take care of it, nurture it. That's what the whole new moon energy in the first part of the lunar cycle is really about. Now on the 21st and 22nd, we're going to have that conjunction with Venus and Mars, exact over there in your third house of communication. This is very powerful. Venus and Mars coming together is this masculine, feminine energy, melding of this yin and yang, very powerful, passionate, physically active. Like I was saying with Mars, you might want to just really go do something in that third house, maybe go teach a course or go learn something, and so getting your physical body involved is very good too. But in either case, when these two come together, very passionate, very creative, very energetic. So whatever it is, definitely tap into it from the 21st and 22nd, where that masculine, feminine energy will definitely be the highest. Now on the 25th, we've got the last aspect of the month. We've got the Sun going over Neptune in that second house of values, resources, your sense of self-worth. So some sort of overall culmination here taking place is what I'm gathering from this, sort of icing on the cake at the end of the month in terms of this whole spiritual process. Like I was saying, it's been about connecting to your true spiritual values, and with the Sun here, you're able to see them. So really see around the 25th what those values are, and you're going to notice that's going to be a nice segue into March, because you're going to have a good understanding and clarity when you're seeing your values in terms of what's really truly meaningful and spiritually connected to you. All right, Capricorn, so let's go ahead and see what Spirit has in store for you this month in terms of some more emphasis. Okay, Taurus. Well, this is about sensual energy, and Taurus naturally rules your fifth house of self-expression. So this is, very nice synergistic element here. It's an earth sign, and I think this might be a reminder to just take it nice and slow. Taurus also rules that second house. You know, the way that Taurus attains the values is by connecting to nature. And that's why nature and Taurus in the second house are always synonymous here, because when we connect to nature, we connect to the roots. We naturally take things slow, because if you look at nature, everything moves really slowly. You know, if you look at humans on Earth, you notice it's moving really fast. But if you look at Earth itself, it's very subtle, very slow, very sensual. So it's connecting to that, connecting to the sensual side of yourself, connecting to Mother Earth, that natural flow, and taking it slow. And I think naturally through that, that's how you will cultivate these values and this abundance this month for you. All right, Capricorn, well, I want to thank you all for all of your support. If you'd like to continue to help spread the word of Sidereal Astrology, I invite you to like this video. Also, please comment below your experiences so others can hear it. Share the video on Facebook and other social media if you would like. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. I do daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly horoscopes for Sidereal. You can also check those out in the videos below. Please get in touch if you'd like a personal reading, and I wish you all the best, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.